And staying with China, their military has been in the news for all the wrong reasons. Disappearing generals, purges at the top and persistent corruption. Despite all that, China's military expansion continues. Today, they unveiled a new warship, an amphibious assault vessel. It's called Sichuan. As you can see from the pictures, it is quite imposing. Total weight is around 40,000 tons. It's apparently the world's largest amphibious assault ship. But it's not ready for deployment yet. There will be more testing, more sea trials. Only then will the Sichuan be deployed. At first glance, it looks a bit like an aircraft carrier. It's got the same long runway, but the missions differ. An aircraft carrier is basically a floating air base. They're used to establish supremacy over far-off areas. The decks can launch and land fighter jets. An amphibious ship is different. Its main purpose is to transport troops. Say the Chinese want to land soldiers in Taiwan, then aircraft carriers are of no use. They need amphibious assault vessels for this. Conventional ones can only launch helicopters and landing craft. They cannot launch fighter jets. But China's Sichuan can do both. It is fitted with an electromagnetic catapult, which means that it can launch and land fighter jets. So all in all, it's a very impressive ship. But Beijing could have something even more impressive up its sleeve. A sixth-generation fighter jet. Residents in the city of Chengdu recorded a mysterious plane flying over the city. It wasn't shaped like a normal jet. It was shaped like a diamond. Take a look at this first. In China, nothing is accidental. Chances are this eyewitness video was choreographed. It was released yesterday, which was also the birthday of Mao Zedong. So experts believe that it could be intentional. And the fighter jet? Reports say it could be the J-36, a sixth-generation fighter jet made by China. We're talking about cutting-edge technology. They have enhanced stealth modes. They can endure higher speeds, they can operate at higher altitudes, and they have extended range, meaning you can strike distant targets without refueling. That's something that's not possible so far. The current cream of jets are fifth generation. Like America's F-35 and Russia's Sukhoi Su-57, they're often accompanied by tankers or carriers. They need to stop, refuel, and then strike. But a sixth-generation jet may not have to. The Americans and the Europeans are also making such planes, but the Chinese are flaunting it. Just look at the shape of this mysterious plane. It doesn't have a tail, nor does it have any 90-degree shapes. And this is important because radars can easily detect 90-degree shapes. Clearly, the focus here is on stealth. So that's two major military leaps in 2 days. First, this possible sixth-generation fighter, and then the world's largest amphibious assault ship. The question is, why now? Why is China suddenly flexing its military muscles? There could be a number of reasons. One is to fight the perception. Xi Jinping's military purges have dominated headlines. Many experts have questioned its impact on China's military modernization. If you keep firing people, can you get work done? If there is so much corruption, can you build good weapons? Well, China says, yes, you can. Second, the South China Sea is heating up. Beijing aggressively pursued its claim this year, but it has also faced pushbacks. For instance, we saw multiple standoffs with the Philippines. Plus, Donald Trump will take charge next year. In his first term, Trump focused heavily on the South China Sea. He increased U.S. patrols to record highs. U.S. allies are doing the same. Australia is investing more than $7 billion in its navy. The plan is to double its fleet size. Some 11 frigates and 6 large ships are being built. So China will also want to be ready. And third, this has always been Beijing's long-term plan to overcome America's military edge. In pure numbers, they've already done it. China has around 234 warships. The US has only 219. But the quality is very different. The US Navy has 11 nuclear-powered aircraft carriers. They don't have to stop and refuel. They can be deployed for extended periods in far-off waters. China does not have a single nuclear carrier, so Beijing's long-term plan is to project power beyond its region, to achieve superiority over the US military. But as always, quality remains the concern. None of China's new weapons are battle-tested. Their navy is not used to distant deployments, and they haven't fought a war in almost 45 years. So if the shooting starts, will China's shiny new toys survive? Well, that remains the biggest question.